parties and Barbies. Strolling with a chunk of green like a golf swing. Hey, 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 hey.
Morning everyone, race day. I thought I'd just show you something today. I'm actually testing out something a little bit different today. Today we're going to be testing out the Bicarb product from a company called Bicarb Sport. It's supposed to be a lactate buffer. So it comes in 2 packets.
I got the lads with me today. We're at Telford 10k, apparently UK's fastest 10k race. Seems appropriate that I've got 2 very fast lads with me.
Very excited, good form, injury free, illness free.
It's a net downhill, so it should be pretty quick. Conditions
Don't tell people that.
Almost perfect. No, conditions almost perfect. No wind, it's about 11 degrees. Start on a downhill about 500 meters or so, Dylan, is that right?
Yeah.
And then from there onwards, you do 2 laps in and out and back. Ben, what time are you going for today, mate?
Sub 31.
Sub 31, Dylan?
Take a 29 soon. I'll do.
29 something for Dylan. Me, sub 32. Alright, last thoughts just before we race. So the plan is today is to try and run a PB. My PB currently is 32:30, so the plan is to try and go for something around 32 minutes, which means holding 3 minutes 12 seconds per kilometre. The training's gone really well as of recently. I've raced quite a lot of cross country, so today's all about putting that into practice. It's probably the biggest race I'm going to do before my Barcelona half marathon, so it will give me a lot of confidence if it goes well. So the plan is, like I said, to run sub 32 minutes. So yeah, let's give it a good shot. Come on. There we go, race all done. Chip time was 31:43, a PB by nearly a minute. Absolutely ecstatic with that today. Really, really good race. I ran a negative split race today, so the first 5k I ran at a really solid pace and then picked the pace up for the last 5k. Felt amazing for 7k, and then last 3k picked up the pace and really hurt, but overall delighted with that today. Near enough perfect conditions. I can't thank everyone enough. Dame and girlfriend, thank you Vic, thank you, camera shy. I'll do a full rundown when I get back home, look for the splits, but for now we'll leave it there. Delighted, 31:43 new PB, get in. Okay guys, so it's now the day after the Telford 10k. It's Monday the 16th of December. I've had a little bit of time to reflect on yesterday's result. I'm unbelievably happy with how things went yesterday for a couple of reasons. Obviously, the result and the time itself speaks for itself. Genuinely chuffed with that time. I aimed for sub 32 minutes and I ended up getting a lot more than that with a 31:44. So really happy to not only set a PB by 45 seconds, but to run the same course I did this time last year by over 90 seconds. That was also massively pleasing. It reassures me in the training that I'm currently doing and the work that I'm putting in, day out. So that was really cool. But to be honest with you, the most important thing and the most thing I'm proud of with yesterday was how I executed the race plan. Now, I do talk quite a little bit about running a negative split strategy, and to be honest with you, it's something that I don't actually do enough. So as I said, the plan was to run sub 32 minutes, which is 3 minutes and 12 seconds per kilometer. I've just been having a little look over my splits again. Now, with the exception of the first kilometer, and I will explain that one afterwards, all my splits were faster than a 3:12 pace or at the 3:12 pace. So the first one was slower, which was 3:13, and then it was 3:11, 3:11, 3:11, 3:09, 3:10, 3:12, 3:11, 3:08. And most pleasingly, my final kilometer of the day, the 10th kilometer, was 3:02. So it was really nice to put in that little kick towards the end. Now, the issue with the first kilometer, I found that because I was in wave 1 yesterday, which I thought would be an exceedingly fast wave, and it was, I thought that I would be towards the back end of that first wave. But to be honest with you, I probably undersold myself because I did end up being boxed in for that first kilometer. It is predominantly downhill, so it isn't too much of a hindrance towards your overall time, but you can make up an awful lot of time in that first kilometer. Possibly it did save me from overburning too soon and going too fast, so it might be that that actually was a positive. But that's the only reason I can think of why that kilometer was slightly slower than the rest of them. In terms of my 5k splits, my first 5k I went through in 15:55, and my second 5k I went through in 15:43, so 12 seconds quicker, and that was so pleasing to know that I can execute a plan of that kind. To be honest with you, I felt pretty good up to about 7 kilometers when it did start to burn, but I knew that only 3 kilometers from home, and as I went round the final hairpin, it was one straight push to the finish line. So as you know, I did test a supplement today, and that was Bicarb. Now, I'm not a sponsored and this wasn't given to me, so I have tried this all on my own accord, and to be honest with you, I found it very interesting. As you know from the start of the video, it tasted horrendous. Sorry, I can't put it any other way, but to be honest with you, the time that I ran, whether it was down to the Bicarb or not, I couldn't be honest with you. I couldn't tell you if that is true or not. Possibly it did work, possibly it didn't work, I'm not sure. All I know is I ran a PB today, and I do know a lot of guys and girls are using it. If you're thinking about using it, please test it, or if you've got any thoughts on it, let me know. All I know is it tasted absolutely horrendous and the legs felt all right today. So that was essentially my 10k. Over the moon with it. I feel like my training's going in the right direction. It's big mileage weeks with cross country, building towards the next big race, which of course is the Barcelona half marathon, and that's coming up in mid-February. I really appreciate all the channel support and all the love I'm getting at the moment from all the subscribers. So thank you so much to everyone who's been tuning in. I will see you in the next one. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.
Right on time for the parties and Barbies. Strolling with a chunk of green like a golf swing.